shadow shudders.
Let's start to enjoy scary stories. It was a dark and stormy night. The wind howled outside, and the rain beat against the windows. Inside, a young girl named Sarah sat in her bed, listening to the storm. She was scared, but she was also curious. She had heard stories about ghosts, and she wondered if there really were such things. Suddenly, Sarah heard a noise outside her window. She got up and went to investigate. She parted the curtains and looked out. In the moonlight, she saw a figure standing in the yard. The figure was a woman, and she was carrying a bucket of water. Sarah was frozen with fear. She couldn't move or speak. The woman turned and looked at her. Her eyes were empty and hollow, and her skin was pale as death. The woman raised the bucket of water and threw it at Sarah's window. The glass shattered and the water splashed all over Sarah. She screamed and ran back to her bed. She pulled the covers over her head and hid. Sarah lay there for a long time, too scared to move. Finally, she fell asleep. When she woke up the next morning, the sun was shining and the birds were singing. She went to the window and looked out. The yard was empty. There was no sign of the woman or the bucket of water. Sarah never saw the woman again, but she never forgot her. She knew that she had seen a ghost, and she was determined to find out more about it. Sarah did some research and learned that the woman was the ghost of a woman who had drowned in the well in the yard. Many years ago, the woman had been carrying a bucket of water when she fell into the well, and she had drowned, trying to save it. Sarah was sad to learn about the woman's death, but she was also relieved to know that she wasn't a threat. She decided to visit the well and leave some flowers in the woman's memory. Sarah went to the well the next day and placed the flowers on the ground. She said a prayer for the woman and then left. As she walked away, she felt a sense of peace. She knew that the woman was finally at rest. The story of the girl who saw a ghost at night bringing water is a real-life story that has been passed down through generations. It is a story of fear, but it is also a story of hope. It is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always light.